Welcome back, and I'm happy to welcome our Director of Construction and Maintenance, Ernesto Munoz. Good to have you here, sir.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
I'm excited about to talk to the community about everything that we've done this year. We've accomplished a lot of work, programs as well as projects. And I don't believe that we've done this in the past, where we do a kind of a summary at the end of the year so that our residents see all the effort that's made, all of the investments that the boards have put into the community to maintain value and to keep the community looking as beautiful as it does. So what I was hoping to do today is kind of have a quick rundown of where we started and go through some samples, some of the highlights of the programs and projects that we completed this year. There's quite too many of them to actually go through in this segment. You know, we're talking over 100 projects and programs, so I'm not going to subject anybody to that. However, there's some highlights that I think we should talk about that the community should be familiar with, and give them kind of a snapshot of where we're at this point.
Terrific.
So.
Well, I see we've got a great picture set up here.
Yes, we have.
Working to enhance the quality of our residents' life.
That's our motto.
And you have so many projects that you've done, but what are some of the highlights of the projects?
All right, well, let's jump right into it. If we can have the next slide, please. This is really kind of a snapshot of where we're at right now.
Yes.
We essentially completed, up to the closing of October, about $24 million worth of work. The boards, all the corporations, adopted a projects and program budget at the beginning of 2017 of about $28 million. So as of the closing of October, we've completed about $24 million, which is quite a bit of work.
Yes.
I like to be able to say that we've completed 100%, but there's many challenges that go along with getting this size of a program completed.
Yes.
And hopefully we can improve on that at the end of next year. We're doing a lot of things that will allow us to do much better in getting all of these projects and programs completed this year. We're working with purchasing, we're working with finance, and hopefully with the support of the boards, we can get a jump start and get these programs going as soon as January 1st. So what I wanted to talk about today, it's really the highlights of what we've done so far. So if you could go to the next slide, please. So this is one of the projects that we completed this year. It was for GRF. The GRF approved a budget of about a little bit over $250,000 to do significant improvements to the garden centers, which included aerial surveys so that we can reconfigure the plots and be able to provide better service to those folks that are leasing and control the use of the plots. We also installed new gates and fences, particularly at Garden Center 2. Quite a bit of work was done there. We reconfigured the parking lot. We redid all the paving. So we improved the security of both garden centers quite a bit. We relocated structures, just a number of things. And if you frequent the garden centers, you'll be able to see that the quality there is increased considerably. Next slide, please. Clubhouse 5, so a major heating and ventilation and air conditioning renovation project this year.
Yes.
Though all the HVAC units in this facility had exceeded their useful life, and they were causing excessive maintenance costs and disruptions to our programming at that facility. So the GRF approved a little bit over close to $500,000 to actually upgrade all of the units. We replaced 13 new units, high quality and high efficiency units.
Yes.
We reconfigured all the ducting work. We topped it off with a brand new PVC cool roof, which is state-of-the-art roofing that high reflectivity.
Yes.
So it reduces your heating costs and your cooling costs.
Yes.
And of course, we also engaged a consulting firm to put together an energy management system for us so we can better manage that system.
That's wonderful. And the technology in this kind of energy management and these systems, it changes so rapidly that when they outlive their usefulness, you can bring some really great systems in.
Oh, absolutely. I think that the community is going to see some significant improvement in our billing.
Oh, yes.
You know, our energy costs will go down significantly. So we're very, very proud of that particular project. Next slide, please. Most of you are familiar with the beautiful, beautiful new gym at the community center down on the first floor. Early this year, we demoed part of the first floor and relocated meeting rooms and recreation areas to make room for a 4,200 square foot state-of-the-art fitness facility.
It's very popular.
It is gorgeous. I'm sure.
Oh yes, I see it. It's beautiful.
So this was a $360,000 contract that we awarded, and again, this facility is operational, and like you said, it's very, very popular. It provides personalized fitness assistance to our residents, so they're really enjoying that. Next slide, please. This project here is all about the quality of the signal that you're receiving right now in your manners. We replaced, with this project, we replaced the Simulsat antenna at our broadband facility. This antenna will allow us to provide a much better signal out to your homes. It will be able to capture 35 satellite feeds, and will reduce the amount of disruption relative to the usage, and absolutely, the antenna is much closer to the broadband facility, which allowed us to reduce the cabling runs that we have to the facility, which the longer the cable, the more you degrade the signal. So a number of things, and again, all about the quality of the video and audio that you're receiving right now. So we're very, very happy with that project.
And we are enjoying that now too.
Absolutely. The new, next slide, please. United Solar. This was, by and large, the largest project that we've done for a while. Definitely this year. We're talking about $3.8 million worth of investment. This project consisted of the installation of a total of 2,532 panels atop a top 30 of our carports.
Yes.
And it's generating approximately 800 kilowatts of energy, which will significantly reduce our energy bill for United.
That's incredible.
Included with this project was also the replacement of water heaters with energy efficient water heaters at 175 laundry rooms. And also we replaced approximately, it's the 82, I believe 82 panels, electrical panels with new panels. Those panels were the Pushmatic style panels that are no longer supported by the manufacturer. And we put brand new panels that would allow us to expand in the future. So fantastic project. It will net significant savings to the residents in United.
It's huge. Did you just say 175 water heaters?
175, that's correct.
75. You know, I got a water heater at my house. It's going to go.
I'm sorry.
It's going to go.
175 laundry rooms.
Laundry room, but that's a lot of laundry rooms.
So that's 175 water heaters, that's correct.
Yes.
And then a large number of panels also were replaced with that.
And we all know from being homeowners ourselves, I mean, I've got, like I said, a water heater it's going to go any moment. And just the thought of having to replace one water heater, it almost astounds me. And you guys, you pulled it off and did 175 laundry rooms.
That's right. And these water heaters, of course, are much more efficient than what we had. They're point-of-use water heaters, so we'll see a big reduction in our energy bill associated with that as well. So next slide, please. Then there is the third solar project, another very large project that we're very proud of. This project will cover about 90% of the energy consumed in a mutual in the common areas. So very significant.
My goodness.
It's already generating, again, about 841 kilowatts of power.
Yes.
And it will reduce the bill considerably. This is a $2.6 million project.
Wow.
And we already retain the services of a company that will allow us to operate this system efficiently.
Yes.
And monitor it and make sure that panels are clean and generating at their maximum capacity. So another wonderful project that will net quite a bit of savings in their energy bills.
And I saw in your presentation that it will pay for itself in less than half of its life?
That is correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and these panels have a rated life of about 25 years. However, they usually last much longer than that.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that they will go over 30 years.
Oh my goodness.
And they'll be producing that energy and saving us that money. So that's a very, very good project. Both of these projects will reduce the mutual energy cost and will result in lower operating costs in the long run. So excellent initiatives by the boards on these two projects.
Very exciting.
Next slide, please. The paving program. Paving, not as sexy as solar energy.
It's so necessary.
But it's so necessary.
Yes.
It's the paving that we have in the community. It consists of about 55 centerline miles of roadways.
Oh my goodness.
And it's quite a bit of an asset. It's an asset that is really valued at about $70 million if you were to replace it.
Wow.
And it's an asset that if you don't maintain it, it comes back and bites.
Well,
you know,
sure.
it's very important that you have a very aggressive maintenance program. In the community, we have excellent paving services here,
Yes.
both in GRF streets as well as the cul-de-sacs. And we're planning on continuing to do that. This year, the boards appropriated an additional $450,000 to include a concrete replacement segment of that program. So
Really?
what we're going to be doing as we evaluate the streets for paving work, we will take the same areas and evaluate them for concrete that is damaged. This is curb, gutters, sidewalks, the valley gutters and
Yes.
the cul-de-sacs, all of that. That is when those things are damaged, they cause damage to your streets as well.
Absolutely.
And
There's erosion and there are cracks and things that need to be sealed.
Absolutely. So what we're going to be doing those programs concurrently now.
Wow.
And that it will be a complete, so when we're done with a particular area, will be complete product. It will be the brand new concrete and brand new asphalt.
And stronger
So-
than before.
Absolutely.
When
So
do you think the last time any of that concrete work was ever done?
a lot of it hasn't been done in many, many years.
Right.
because-
Or patched or piecemeal, probably.
That's right. So
Yeah.
typically you want to have a proactive component of that and a reactive component. The reactive component we've had over the years. But this is where somebody calls us saying, hey, there's an uplifted piece of sidewalk. So we go out there. And because of the volume of the work, we will mark it up and the markings will remain there for a long, long time, causing a liability for the mutuals.
Of course.
So what we're going to have now is we're going to proactively go after all this damaged concrete and begin to repair it. So over time, we're going to see those calls go down and the volume of work on the reactive portion of the program reduce as well.
Well, that's
So-
tremendous that the mutuals, of course, made a plan for this to happen.
Absolutely, great thing to do with
Yes.
the paving program.
Excellent foresight. And it looks like you have a few more slides.
I have a couple more slides.
Yeah. So this one is our roofing program, also incredibly
This is a roofing
important.
program. This is a fantastic program. It's funded at about $3 million, and we've completed most of the tile and shingle roofs in the community, but we're going after the flat roofs now and installing that new technology that I mentioned before, which is the polyvinyl chloride or PVC membranes, which are highly reflective and provide better protection to our roofs. They outlast your conventional roofing.
That's wonderful.
And reduce your energy costs. So this is a fantastic program as well. Next slide, please. And then last but not least is one of our favorite programs, the dry rot program. This program, which is some pretty dramatic pictures in there. These are part of our third project that is going on right now.
Wow.
Shows you that a lot of these members are actually gone from rot. We have most of our structures in the community are made out of wooden components.
Yes.
A lot of the wood is actually exposed to the elements in the garden villas, the breezeways, and some of the atriums and things. So we're looking to keep this program aggressively going and be able to protect those areas, change out all of the structural components that have been undermined,
Right.
and again, maintain the value of our facilities for our residents. So this is a program that it's very important to us. It's about a $5 million in our budget. So all of these projects give you an idea of the volume and the quality of the work that your maintenance and construction division is doing for you. There is a lot more to come this year. And if you go to the next slide. This year, your boards have been very proactive and actually funding a much larger program and projects budget for 2018.
Yes.
We're almost doubling the amount that was approved for 2017.
That's wonderful.
So we're going from the $28 million that was approved for 17 to about $41 million this year. So quite a bit of challenge that we're eager to meet for them. This will include gate improvements.
Yes.
As we saw in gate 5 and 6, we're hoping to do that at other gates. It includes a very aggressive waste lining program.
Yes.
That we're going to continue to do in United as well as Third. Your roofing programs, your dry rot program, we're going to be evaluating Clubhouse 1 to see what the condition of the structure is, to make decisions as to whether we want to remodel or do improvements to that facility. We're going to be remodeling all the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning for this facility here, the community center.
Yes.
The community center is one of our energy hugs, and we want to be able to get rid of the systems that we have right now, which are outdated. And really, some of them are not supportive. So this year in the budget, we'll be including that as well as the reconfiguring of the space in the community center as well. We're going to be introducing changes to the utilization of the space to more efficiently serve our residents.
Yes.
So quite a bit in the books. We're excited to tackle that, and hopefully the residents will enjoy it as we move along, and pardon our dust as we get through it.
Right.
But we're very excited to do that.
Well, it sounds wonderful. Well, it's such a proactive program, ready for 2018 and already completed 2017. It is time. It is now the time for these improvements, and you all are certainly taking this on, and it's good to hear about the progress you've been making and the plans for the future.
Absolutely. We're excited about it. Next slide, please. I wanted to briefly talk about the waste lining program, because it's a significant program in the community. It's well funded at $1.5 million in United, and $750,000 in Third. So it's nothing to sneeze at. It's been a big problem for the community. All the backups that result from the condition of our lines. Unfortunately, not all related to the condition of the lines themselves, but a lot of it has to do with the geometry and the way the lines were designed. And there are some other issues associated. But one of the major problems is the condition of the lines. These lines that have been blocked. And over the years, the program was actually instituted in 2006. However, actual work in the lines did not begin to take place until 2011. So, and the other issue that has occurred is that when this program was put into work in 2011, only the exterior lines were actually epoxy lined.
Oh, right.
So So we can see that that's caused some problems for us. We continue to experience problems with the interior lines, while the exterior lines are really addressed at this point. At the rate that this program is funded, we are anticipating that in United we should be able to have all of the lines epoxy lined in the residential buildings in 12 years.
Wow.
So that's fairly aggressive. We estimate that to be about 11 years in third.
Wow.
So right now we've changed the program. We're now lining interior and exterior lines as it should have been done in the past.
Yes.
And that, of course, will get us to reduce the labor component of addressing these backups, which is the major cost associated with this.
That's right. And I remember Mr. Hudson saying that he had plumbers available on the weekends. So all of these things will be streamlined.
That they will be streamlined, and hopefully
work.
our costs will be reduced. So
Yes.
I have an interesting graph that is very telling.
Yes,
It's at our
yes.
next slide, if you could put that up.
Yeah.
But what we've done is here we plotted the number of hours. These are plumber hours
Oh my
that
goodness.
we use to address the backups. And this happens to be in United, but it's very similar in third.
Yes.
And what we've done is we plotted the main line, which is the exterior lines, in blue, and we plotted the internal lines in red.
Yes.
Again, remember, this is the number of labor hours that are being used to resolve these problems. We
Yes.
plotted it since 2011 up to 2017. As you can see from here, the trend on the exterior lines is that our costs have decreased considerably.
Yes.
I mean, dramatically.
Yes.
You're looking from 1,200 labor hours to address backups all the way down to 648 hours. And then you see from here that the cost to address the interior backups has increased.
Right.
And this is the logical explanation for this is that we've been addressing the exterior lines, but not the interior lines.
Right.
Now we're moving forward with addressing both. So we're going to see this trend reversal in the future, and we're going to see the mutuals realize savings as we move forward with the program.
I see that. And that is an excellent graph showing those costs, how the exterior lines costs have reduced, and that's always good news. Well, sir,
Absolutely.
thank you for giving us this recap of the presentation you gave earlier at the meeting. And we love hearing about all the wonderful things you have planned for the community for 2018 and this wrap up of 2017. Phenomenal work.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And thanks for coming in and seeing us.
Of course, anytime.
Certainly. And thank you for joining us. We'll be right back after this.